guys, it's your boy Dubem K. It's your very, very good friend and your loyal brother. I have by my right side 2 wonderful Ugandan brothers that I called brothers of the blood.
Okay.
Of the land.
Of the land, right?
Brothers of the land, of the soil, of the blood.
For these guys, I will leave my inheritance. I will give it to them. That's how close we are.
Where are the papers, bro? Where are the papers? We signed this today.
We need to sign this
topic
one, yeah.
today.
So guys, welcome to our first podcast of 2023.
Officially.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
True, Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, brother.
Collins, be
Happy New Year.
excited.
I'm excited. What's wrong?
Oh, be excited.
I'm excited. I don't usually
You're so
smile like
chillaxed
this.
today. Like, who broke your heart, bro, this past couple of days? What was
Lol.
the reason? Who broke your heart this
Lol.
So guys, today we're going to be talking about a very, very important topic. But before we dive right into it, I would like to hand over the mic to our special host to tell us the do's, the don'ts of what?
Relationships?
Thank you. Take over.
Yeah. Welcome to our very first podcast 2023. 2023 is a win. I promised myself this year is a win. So our very first podcast has to hit those numbers, you know?
Shush.
Yeah. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, it has to hit those numbers. So guys, support us. And today we are coming with a very exclusive series, relationships.
It's
And
the first
of its own. And
of its own on
we
this
decided-
channel.
Kind, bro.
Of
We're
its
going to be
kind.
giving you guys tips. God,
Yeah.
experience, bro. I've been
Tips.
doing this for a long time. Believe me.
Yeah, man.
You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
You're the grandfather of this game.
Of course, brother.
He has
I'm
been in the
godfather,
game.
He's the godfather.
He has been in the game for quite a while. So, relationships is gonna be a series, and today officially we are launching the first series, the first episode with rejection.
Rejection.
What did you say?
Rejection. Have you been rejected? Have you felt rejected before in relationships, in dating? One thing I want to say, one of the biggest challenges in dating life is rejection. So many people are afraid of approaching girls, boys, whatever, because they're afraid of being rejected. And so we decided to sacrifice the episode to talk about
Sacrificial lamb.
rejection, the emotional pain, and how do we go through that emotional pain and overcome it. So let me pass it on to my brother, aka Mr. Still Your Guy.
He's called delay.
I want to deny. I refute. I object.
Collins will keep incriminating you.
He's putting me on the spot for nothing. Why are you putting me on the spot, bro?
I know, like, that's how it looks like.
Yeah, guys, it's been real. This topic of rejection has been coming, right? Man, are you seeing what's happening on social media lately?
Yeah?
Today I landed on a very interesting video of a girl in the gym. She was working out, and apparently she has gone viral for doing something stupid. She recorded. Okay, she didn't record. She was on a live video. She was in the gym, but she had put her phone on live, so her engaging with her audience while she's working out. So you know the I don't know how they call this stuff in the gym for the for the squats. You know that squats
You
thing.
want to use hip thrust.
Yeah, that
Hip
the
thrust.
hip, exactly.
Yeah.
The hip thrust. So apparently she was doing that, and there was a guy right behind her. And while she was trying to do that, the guy is just minding his own business, right? He looks to the left, he looks to the right, he looks forward. Like you can see, he's literally in his own space. But she said the guy was looking at her, and he called the guy a pervert. Sheesh! That's the moment when I was like, bruh.
That's crazy.
Even to
Now-
see, bro.
Yeah, like, okay, I know that so many people, like, of the comment section went crazy. Even women were going against that woman, like, saying, like, you're doing something wrong. You're the same girl who's going to be asking questions of why a guy is not paying attention to us anymore. So if a guy decides to start rejecting girls because of how they behave, because he's fearing, one, they're saying that this is the strangest generation for men. Right now, men don't want to get married.
Yes.
Because the law only protects women and not protects the men.
That's the point.
There is another. I saw also like viral pictures of Keanu Reeves, the guy of Matrix, going viral. he doesn't usually touch the women.
Yeah,
Every time he's taking a photo in his hand, you have to see it in the air.
Before you even proceed to the other point, is I was watching, I think it was either podcast or something on Instagram, and this lady was actually defending men, and she was saying like it's more men are not actually, marriage is more of like for women you get when you go into a marriage, it's most, because it's usually the law protects women. When you go into a marriage, it's mostly like, like women are signing, men are not actually getting married because they are signing away their lives, and like a lot of things are going away. And for women, they're actually benefiting more because she can wake up one morning, I'm like, I'm not feeling it anymore, I want a divorce.
And I want a divorce,
and half your property is going to her and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
So you're trying to say that, in a nutshell, that men are signing a contract with an incentive of the partner to be able to break it. So you're signing a contract where the other partner can break it at any time.
Yeah.
That's the point, right?
Exactly. So
I saw
for
something
women,
similar, yeah. Go ahead, you're still saying.
Yeah, that was it basically. For women, it's like you're signing a contract whereby the woman has the power over you. She can wake up one morning and breach the contract. For if you breach the contract, it's still going to affect you. The woman can also breach it. Something like that.
But you know that's the thing which is also raising lots of questions for men today. Like, men are hesitant on getting married. Men are now getting hesitant on being in committed relationships, which is like changing so fast, right? Excuse me. I've also seen a movement of women. We call it they've hit the wall, right? You know the wall. They've reached the wall,
banging the wall.
They're banging the wall. They've hit 30, and because of this whole feminist movement, like some women have been very staunch feminists in the past, and with the attitude of I don't need a man.
Yeah.
And now they are like, I really need a man in my life,
At a certain age.
To avoid going away from the point, like I wanted to drive back to this point of rejection. So one of the things I also saw today was there was I don't know if you know this girl. She's called Pearl something. She's that woman. She has been really. I don't say that. I wouldn't say she's like a big supporter of men, but I like how logically she sees. Her thoughts are objective on the side of a man and a woman, so that. And she challenges women to think the same. That if you think that the benefit or the inheritance or whatever it is, like, is a woman is supposed to benefit from a relationship, when men ask questions like, what do you bring to the table? She objectively gives that question as well. I mean, gives her answers in a way that she breaks it down for women and men to collectively think the same. So when a woman is so biased about it, you see this and that, she says, nah, but let's just talk about the man's side. So, like your relationship is basically, a relationship is mostly yoke of course it benefits both the partner couples, but most times some people enter into these relationships with some bit of need to like get something out of it.
Yeah.
If you start seeing the element from the guy's perspective of why sometimes men slowly start rejecting women, not because of the element of like, she's not my type, she's not this, but I think there's too many trust issues now. Society has paved that way for that. And we cannot even say, it's the media which is pushing this agenda.
Yeah.
I think it's just collectively the narrative that there are people who are pumping certain ideas into women and also men, vice versa, that there is a clash. I mean, like, the thing which I've done right now is to give you a context of where most of this conversation is coming from. Why are we speaking about it?
Yeah.
Why is it on our podcast? Because people will just see you talking of a topic, but you need a background. Like, why is it essential for you to have this kind of discussions? That's the thing.
First, the people who have been emotionally broken, they wanna know about the stories, our stories, how we have overcome rejection. The people who have been emotionally broken, they feel worthless, and mostly I would say it's men that face this, because women are hardly rejected in relationships. At the beginning, let's say in the dating phase, women are hardly rejected. And before I even proceed, I would want to say this: rejection is protection. In just for somebody who has been rejected, rejection is protection in two 3 years, you'd look back and be like, damn, actually it was right that I was rejected. But one thing that I've always noticed that girls usually reject like, how do you say, good, nice men. How do you say, they usually go for the bad boys and things like this, you know? Like usually you, the humble, you have too much love, you know, the lovey-dovey. You never get a chance for these things. So like, I usually ask, I think this question came from you, like, what are the chances that girls are gonna miss out on so many good guys because they keep rejecting the nice dudes like Mr. Joe? How you felt that way? Like, what are the chances? MK hasn't spoken anything.
Yeah, you have not said anything.
MK, tell us something. What are the chances that so many girls missed out on a nice dude like you? Because
like me, God.
Yeah, because they rejected you when they feel like you're not a cool dude, yet you're a full producer. Like, stuff like that. Like now they will see you. They will see you. They will see you on YouTube. They will see you on doing music on Spotify, making moves. You get, and they're like, damn, that guy actually approached me, and you'll be history to them. Then you look at them when you're up there, like getting your Grammy, and you're like,
no, you get Grammy for yourself. Don't get Grammy to shame on them.
No, not to shame on them, but like I'm saying, like, what are the question is, what are the chances that so many people miss out on
good, like you miss on a good.
I think there's one part that we should never forget, that attraction is not a choice.
Yeah,
you don't have control over who you're attracted to, and there's studies that came up about why bad guys are usually more attractive to girls than good guys, because they have these traits that is really attractive amongst. I don't know how it triggers the human brain or the female brain. For example, a bad guy or like this guy that don't care about them are less responsive. They're much more quiet, or they're just joking around, or they don't take them seriously.
Yeah.
And there's something about we as humans trying to win. I'm gonna win him. He doesn't take me seriously. Everybody likes me. That guy doesn't like me. Why doesn't he like me?
And that's
I have to find out. And that's the bad guy strategy. That's why those guys do that. So basically, nothing really exists as a good guy or a bad guy. That's what I think. Because of, first of all, a lady is going to need to be attracted to you. So no matter how good you claim to be, if you cannot hit that first attraction trait, which in most women could be confidence. For example, you were not confident. Maybe she liked you. There was a chance. But the first time you got your chance, you were like, oh,
not sure.
I am nice to meet you. I am Joe. I am delayed. I am delaying, but I'm delayed.
Yeah.
Why are you delaying?
You delayed there. I delayed there, man.
You delayed.
Delayed.
I delayed there.
Maybe that's where you got your nickname from. Really?
No. Yeah, delayed.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes. So basically, that's what I'm going to say. I mean, most of us will miss out on, just like the guys. Most of the guys will miss out on nice girls because we are looking for the voluptuous, the big round and all those things. And we're gonna miss out. Same like girls. Girls are looking for guys that are gonna.
I was gonna say the same thing. Girls usually. This is what is in the picture of at least I know 80 to 90% of the girls. Because it varies from different. So many girls will reject them. Will reject it. Okay, we'll say no, that's not the kind of guy I'm looking for. But most girls are looking for, let's say, money. You get, let's say, smart guys with a big body, muscular, good career. Let's say you have something going on. You get.
Yeah.
So they usually have that thing in their mind, like muscular, all these pictures in their head. So you come out from nowhere. Have you noticed it? Have you ever seen these girls that look sharp? Let's say you go out in a club and you meet these girls that show off. You know the kind of girls I'm talking about. Like they dress so nice, and then for you come like a humble boy.
Like Collins.
Yeah, like a Collins J. You come and even you just want to say excuse me, and she looks you get what I'm saying? It's like because they have that mentality, that picture in their head, like the guy has to either be muscular, I think you need to look smart.
Long story short, let's just put it this way. There are different attraction traits between different genders.
Yeah.
For a girl, the attractive trait to her, as you mentioned, could be muscular, physique, resources. For a guy, it could be physical attraction.
Sure.
So no matter how good both sexes are, if we can't meet up at least one attraction trait which the guy or
That
the
stands
said
out.
girl
Yeah.
find interesting, they can't see through that, because you have to first get into the door before you can
Yeah.
show how good you are. That's
True.
basically
True.
and then I wanted to add something on the rejection while Joe was speaking. I didn't want to interrupt you. So I think there are different levels of rejection for a guy and a girl. Most times a guy get the rejection up front. That is because of you're trying to get
Guys
the girl.
get it up front.
So
Yes, yes. Hold back.
hold back.
Straight up.
But
Then
the girls get the rejection later. Let's say now
Oh,
they are
yes.
seeing this guy, they are
Yes,
dating the guy,
yes.
and this guy is refusing to commit, and that one hurts the most because
Yes, you spent time.
you've invested energy. Or like we,
That's it.
okay, you just invest 2 seconds, 2 minutes, it hurts you, and then look for the next one. But when you invest time, your energy, and in some cases, ladies are investing their prime years into you, and then you see this guy is not committing. What is going on? When are you gonna ask me to marry you?
Yeah.
Right? So that is what we should understand, that one is either up front, the other one is on the back end. And that's one, and that back end hits more than the front end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's that's what I was wanted to bring up that point.
I have 2 points that I want to ask both of you. Is one of them is moving on. How do you move on when you face that rejection? Usually there's a lot of mental, emotional things that go about when we face rejection, and moving on is usually the hardest part, especially if you've been rejected in, let's say, in a relationship. You've had a relationship for a while. How do we handle that emotional outbreak? That's the first question. I think any of you, if you have something like that could help Mr. Kenne or help Mr. Jem
And the rejection.
and the rejection. Yes, how did you move on emotionally, Mr. Joe?
No, for me, I think it was just the first phase is hard. When you deal with things mentally, you have to think about it objectively. And also think, like, this is one thing I always do. I always say, man, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You get what I mean, right? That helps a lot, actually. When you know that it's not only one girl that you're going to have a crush on. What if the girl you're with is just there temporarily? Of course, you never know who you're going to end up with, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I always think about it that way, that's how I thought about it most of the time. Like, this is not the only girl. And I think she's not... if she has not accepted, then she's not for me.
Yeah.
Just move on with it. It hurts, man. It hurts the first couple of seconds. You feel your moment of shame. The walk of shame.
Yeah.
When it hits you right there, it's like the walk of shame. But then all of a sudden, like, just blend in it and you just let it go. Over time, you just let it go. For like, this is also what I recommend. If you lose your game right there on the spot, there's always like, they always say, like, you need to have a good comeback to survive. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
I think I've told that story one time of a guy in a university in Kampala, in Uganda. He was trying to hit on a girl, for weeks. So his best day came when she was in the library.
Wow.
And as they were in the library, he was still trying to, get the girl's attention. So what the girl did?
No.
The girl loudly shouted, saying, I have told you I am not interested in you. What don't you understand?
The guy said love Jesus.
And then the guy said, yeah, you heard that story, right? You heard that story.
Yeah?
And the guy
I'm
said,
trying to tell you about Jesus. Let's follow Jesus is the only way to life.
Jesus is the only way to life. You've been rejecting him all the time.
The guy had a comeback. Like, he had a comeback.
You don't die in your movie.
But
I think he knew it. He knew if she refuses, I know my comeback.
The other ones have used that before, man. That's too spot on and perfect.
Yeah.
I also want to say something like about rejection and how to move on, and how rejection is one of the world's leading mental people are affected mentally, like, worldwide. And usually the thing that always carries in my mind when I feel I'm rejected by somebody, maybe I like a girl and she shows me that or anything, I usually have one thing in mind is rejection. Most of the times is protection. I said this. When you're rejected, usually in two years later, you'd look back and see the reason why. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And most times when you're rejected, usually there's a benefit about it. Is you start looking at your weaknesses. You look back at yourself and be like, why do you think I'm rejected? You know, certain girls, usually when I'm rejected and I know the girl, I'm close to the girl, I'll ask her like, why do you think you rejected me? Usually I do that.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things? Tell me, like, what am I attractive? Why don't you find me attractive?
Or you ask her.
No, if I'm close, like,
Oh, yeah, okay, if you're close to the
let's say
person. I
if
thought
I
it
know
was
the
just like
person.
somebody you're hitting on, you say, hey, why are you rejecting me?
Not these girls that you find like on the street.
You don't find me attractive?
No. Let's say like it's a friend.
No.
No, it's like later on, I'll go deep. I'm kind of, I get that enthusiasm to work on me. You get,
Right.
and then I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go try to be a better person, because now you want to show that person that, hey, you actually missed gold or something like this. So it's like kind of a push towards you. It helps you as yourself, because you're going to be a better person. It's like kind of a motivation to be a better person, because through rejection you kind of elevated in a certain way. Your life is elevated. It hurts, but at a certain point your life is elevated. After you're done, let's say you get rid of the pain, you're going to feel a way better person, and chances are high that person will be more attracted to you. You get?
I think in a hypothetical situation like I got rejected, I think there are a couple of ways that most guys should be able to deal with it. First of all, I would say just go out, go to social settings. That's what I'm going to say. For example, let's say you're even seeing the girl and then you're making further move and she rejects you. Try not to stay in solitude. Like, go out. Even if it's any social gathering, it could be like going to the gym. Just try to break your normal life sequence so that you see the world that, okay, she's not only the one that exists. As you see so many fishes, you can even go and fish as well. Go to the real river and you find people there. So that's one thing. Then secondly, see it as another opportunity to improve yourself and get better.
Yeah.
It could not be maybe your mouth was smelling, because girls can reject you for even your
fingernails.
Your nails are not.
I
Bite your nails.
Your nails are beating. It could be that I've heard that girls can reject you if they see hair at the back of your neck like this. Is gross. But why can't you shave it off? Yeah, even this beard, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So that's why you should. And I heard that there was a statistics that one of the things that really repulse girls most time from guys is hygiene. Because they can
Number
see
one
your
thing.
teeth. Once you open your mouth, once you raise your hand, they can see.
They can
They
smell
can tell it. They can smell all these things.
odor.
So you should know that, and you know that girls deal mostly with people, like, because as they say, they're more interested in communication, social things. So they can tell when you're socially awkward as well. So these are all the things that you should realize, that when people are rejecting you, you should sit back and
Rethink.
what did I do? You know,
Evaluate.
I always say that don't blame the girl or whatever. Always try to look in within, and that's how you're gonna improve. And then maybe if you don't want to ask the girl in your case, I'm not a supporter of that. You know, asking a girl, why did you reject me? Try to be proactive and see the kind of guys the girl like, and what are their traits. That is the easiest way. They say that don't ask questions, don't talk. Watch
Just
what
look
they
at
do.
the friends.
See the kind of friend they keep.
True.
Whenever she says she liked this guy, what does this guy have? He had a nice bicep. He was more well kept. He dressed nicer than me.
He drives a Lamborghini.
You
got more money.
can get it. So these are the points I wanted to bring up. Most times rejection it could be that the girl just has a bad day.
Actually, that's true.
It could be she's on a period and they don't want to hear it, but it could be that
Emotional.
she doesn't want to. She had a bad day. She's emotional about something, but another day you would have gotten in.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. So don't hold it too much upon yourself that this chick did this. Anything could be the reason. But if you're honest and let's say you know it's your fault, man, work on it.
Yeah.
True.
Do you know there's also one thing, as you said, as you were talking, that just came to my mind, even as I shared the story earlier. one thing about rejection is that sometimes also desperation pushes guys away. I mean, lets girls push you away.
Desperation, yeah.
When you're so desperate, it just like, girls don't like desperation. There's a certain level of control that I think guys we need to have sometimes. Like, okay, I know that the world we're living in nowadays is like the one night stands and things that are happening. So you see those guys who go to the club with one aim, to just go and take down girls, and they come and say, man, today was a bad night, man. As in, it's like he was on a job and it was like a hard day for him. And you're like, bro, man, it was very clear. It was written all over you, man. Like, you only came for one thing the whole night. Standing in one corner and standing next to where the girls are standing.
It's obvious. And the thing is that girls are, let's say, I don't advise guys that the best strategy to find girls who want to take serious
to take a home. No, I'm not supposed to advising, but I'm just saying like that desperation.
Yeah, but
that's just oozing through.
They can sense it.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Man, don't think you're smarter, like you're trying to be too smooth. That desperation always comes in. That even reminded me of a situation. There was a time I was in club. I saw this certain guy. The guy tried. You know how? What is funny is that. So the guy has a benchmark. He tried the pretty, less pretty, cute, less cute, fine, okay,
low self-esteem.
Ugly. The guy he first started with the top tier chicks.
Yes.
He kept breaking it down until he found a fat old lady that he was kissing. He was, I think he was like,
I made it.
Anything.
Mama,
I've made it.
At this point, I'll take anything.
Bro.
But you know that once you're doing this, girls are seeing all this. Don't think that you're in a social gathering and they see that
you're talking to every girl.
Yeah. No girl want to be the second option.
Yes.
True.
So that's why
very true actually.
No girl, even you as a guy, you don't want to be a girl's second option.
True.
Like if a girl is talking to every guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that not commits to her.
Yeah, and those girls who are very friendly, and you can easily misjudge them as a guy. If she's so friendly, she's holding the guy, you can think, okay, she's with this guy. The next thing you see, she's doing the same thing to another guy. You're like, okay, now she's with this other guy. Then before you know, it's like, then she comes to you and you're like, you also misquote those things. Then you think, okay, now I have a chance with this girl.
I feel we're overthinking for the girls. We should have another podcast, part 2, where the girls give their opinions.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it will clear all these questions.
I think we're in a good position to
speak
about
a bit
them
because we can relate. At least we can relate.
And then secondly, we are doing, like as you mentioned, we are the ones always doing the approaching. We have to understand who we are approaching to get them. So that is why on a good level, most guys can understand why they are failing.
Yeah.
And why girls might not like them, but we just don't want to accept the truth that we are not adequate enough. We are inadequate. We are too feminine. Your approach, you're talking with a girl and you're doing like this. All these mannerisms, they pick up on it. You're not confident. You're not overdoing it. You know.
I don't like. I've never understood what that is, bro. Me as a guy, I even don't understand what this is. I see guys licking their lips here.
But that was high school.
No, even guys today do it. I've just seen the guys online, like turn on your. I don't know if you, bro. You use Instagram and whatever. Don't you see how guys be standing when they're looking at the camera? They're like, and I'm always like that. I'm looking like, bro.
But the girls are like that.
What on earth is that?
You made it clear. Different girls want different things. The girls are like that.
Anyway, no, but I really saw a video of a girl who was doing the same impression, saying, "Guys, this doesn't work for us. Don't do those things because it just like makes you like, I don't know, like
only if you're doing it on the light of joking. You know, what if I tried to get you, it worked, right? What if I came to you like this and just laughing?
Okay, joking. Yeah, it's joking, but
how about punchlines?
Punchlines. If you want the worst rejections, try pick up lines.
Pick up lines.
Now the worst is if you even have a bad one, you've lost. Maybe you had a chance before you spoke.
Yeah.
Then you say it, and now you really lost her, and she says, "That's the worst pick up line I have had." No. Do you ask this to every girl, and then you say, "Yes," it says, "Sheesh." Hey, just do away with that and you might just be lucky, bro. You go, Yeah, you go sleeping different, bro.
I think you can. One thing I will know is that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's one key thing. And pickup lines, bro, you don't stay away from it, but it can be used mid-conversation.
But there's this move I know. There's this move that I know that works. Usually a guy comes to you, he tells me, sorry, I want to call my mom. Like, can I use your phone?
Don't do that one. Don't do that.
He calls himself like, thank you for your number.
No. If you saw that online, it was probably pre-planned.
Yeah, they planned it, I think.
It was pre-planned. It was
I've
staged.
seen those things on TikTok.
It was staged, bro. That thing doesn't work in the real world.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Man.
No, like I mean, like if let me even just give you the simplest scenario, right? A girl came to ask for my phone. She wants to call somebody. As soon as she calls her phone and rings my thing, and she's like, "Thank you, bro." I'm not going to take that chick serious.
Yeah,
because now I have to now think. I have to feel insecure at the moment. Not in terms of like insecure of myself. I have to feel like I'm not secure. Like security measure.
Yeah.
Like so now somebody who's random has my phone number, and I'm going to think to myself, she has my data, bro.
Yeah,
she can do anything. She can give it to
your number to like these scammers.
Yeah,
and then you become a target.
So Collins, never be encouraged to do that, bro.
I don't do the pickup lines. Though I know a couple of pickup lines.
Just be honest. If you see a chick, don't be cliche. If you see a chick that you find interested, hello, what's up? How you doing?
Can I get your Instagram? That's safe bet to go. At least Instagram safe.
Talk to her, build something that she's gonna remember. She's gonna remember. You can throw jokes here and there.
What about this one? Excuse me, are you Wi-Fi? Because me and you look connected. How about that
one? Bro, again, pick up lines, bro. No,
I think no.
How about that one?
No, I can give you real justification. Go try that with Hungarian girls and see how they're going to look at you.
Maybe they'll say name English.
No, they will not understand that, bro. They'll look at you like, what? You'd just rather have a good conversation with them. Actually, I think with most girls, they prefer a good conversation. Because pickup lines, bro, that's just Western stuff. I feel like it's so American or so westernized.
It doesn't even work. It's just on these videos, we just see it working.
There you go. No, I know some people who use them in form of humor, right?
Mid-conversation.
Mid-conversation.
A conversation opener.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, it's awkward to walk up to a stranger and talk to them. And then the worst thing you want to do, you want to even make it much more awkward. Maybe she might have understood what you say, but she's trying to process. Why did you have to tell me? What the heck did that mean? And then whenever you say a joke and you have to explain the joke, it's not even that fun.
Okay. We are going to talk a lot about
this. We are solving problems right now, Collins.
Why possibly you're getting rejection?
So to avoid rejection, avoid pickup lines. Just be real, be yourself, be authentic.
But also, right? If a girl has how do you call it?
Sorry to cut you short. Yeah. I've seen so many girls say, we like guys who are funny. If a guy can make me laugh, but it's not necessarily that every guy is meant to make you laugh.
Sense of humor. She could like, you're funny, and then you start a conversation.
No, but of course, but you see, pickup lines is not the main thing that can make you start getting a girl to laugh. Midway your conversation, you can find a relatable story. This is what I believe. Something that you find both of you can connect when you're having a conversation. Like, for example, you find, let's say, like, if the guys who met in university, they're going to talk about, I go to this university, oh, I also go to this place and this is my favorite hangout. You're like, I go there too. So now the conversation has kicked off really well, right? Because you find something relatable. Now you find like you can crack a joke and she'll click because she understands you. But for moments where like you just met somebody and you came and you just don't know who she is, you don't know her sense of humor and nothing, then you're like, are you Wi-Fi? Because I feel we connected. Bro, she's gonna look at you and be like, funny, but no. That's it. Okay, there's some girls who will accept it, honestly.
Some girls who would laugh.
But it's like one in 10.
Minority, bro.
It's like 1 in 10 girls will find that cute.